devil's on the other bank, staring back at me. I'm a dead man walking. I'm a dead man walking. I'm a dead man. Another nail in my coffin, another nail for me. I gotta look pretty when I go down. Another nail in my coffin, can't you spare one more? I gotta look pretty when I'm knocking down heaven's door. I'm a dead man walking. I'm a dead man walking. I'm a dead man. I'm a dead man walking. I'm a dead man walking. I'm a dead man. Cigarette. You ever seen a dead man talking? No, you haven't seen one yet. I'm a dead man walking. 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 I'm a dead man. Went down to that river, washed my sins for free. No one seemed to notice as I stared. I went down to that river to wash my sins away. I was thinking of you in that wedding gown. I went down to that water to wash my sins away. The world faded away as I went down, 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 down. I'm a dead man walking. I'm a dead man walking. I'm a dead man. I'm a dead man walking. I'm a dead man walking. I'm a dead man. I'm a dead man walking. I'm a dead man walking. I'm a dead man.
It would have been nice if I would have had my screen correct. DecoyNDA. There's that. How's it going, Decoy?
It's going pretty good. How's life treating you?
Life's treating me well. I guess welcome to the first episode. It would have been nice if I would have had my screen correct. DecoyNDA. Welcome to the first episode of TheDeltaBB Unfiltered.
Wait, what do you mean unfiltered? You're always unfiltered.
I know, right? It's going to be something new, I guess. Maybe we can get a few more people on here. I know you got some stuff kind of bothering you here lately. You want to kind of talk about some of that?
Sure, why not?
Or do you want to take it slow into that?
I don't think there's any way to really take it low into that.
Well, I'll tell you what. Let's talk about the presidential debate last week. How'd you feel about that?
Well, let's talk about more what he said on the 4th of July. He thought it was Christmas. He said, ho, ho, ho. They said, Independence Day.
The man's got issues. So someone was saying earlier, we got to get old Jill out of the. She's got to stop being president.
Oh, I don't think it's Jill though. I think it's more down Obama. I think this is his third run in office.
Well, you don't ever hear too much from like Kamala Harris, and really you don't hear anything from her. And then where the hell did the Clintons go? Like they just completely disappeared.
You see them, but you never hear them. And yeah, you're right. It's like they did ask Hillary if she's going to step up, and she said no, and hell no. So it's like, well, okay, I mean, she ran against Trump first go around, lost, and then they brought Sleepy Joe out, and I guess he snuck in somehow. But it's I normally don't follow politics. I'll tell you that right now. It's not my cup of tea. But for the last 3 months, it's really been one hell of a show on all of them.
Well, you kind of have had no choice but to follow it here lately.
I know. But if you're in the United States, I'll tell you right now, if you want unbiased truth, watch another country's news source to find out what's really going on, because they have no agenda. Like Sky News out of Australia, they have no agenda on what we should do or what we should not do. They are completely third party to the rest of the world. They could give a rat's ass less. Now, when it comes to Fox, CNN, or MSNBC, always take them with a grain of salt, because they have an agenda. Okay, they want you to vote one way or to do another. And, Fox is pro-Trump. MSNBC is pro-Democrat. They don't care who they are promoting as a Democrat. They just don't want any Republican. Then you have CNN, which is, we'll swing whatever way we can to get the most viewership and the most ad revenue.
Oh, I'll get you off of politics. What you think about that major hurricane?
I really don't think much of it, because it's not going to really do anything here that's going to affect us.
I mean, that Joker gained some strength, went up to a Cat 5, and was one of the earliest ones ahead of hurricane season.
Well, actually, no. Hurricane season began June 1st. So we are already a month, 30 days plus into hurricane season.
Well, it doesn't normally start until actually start until September. That's when the waters are warm enough and all that. And they say that it's that this year the waters were warmer this month than they were normally in the past in September. That it normally takes until September for the waters to warm up to the temperature that they've warmed up to currently.
Well, yeah, remember, we're also in an El Nino too. So, we're going to have more favorable conditions for stuff like that. I mean, look at our spring severe weather that we've had, especially down in Dixie Alley. Actually, more down the lines of in February, having those huge EF4, EF5 tornadoes through Alabama, Mississippi, and Georgia. I mean, that was unheard of to have those size tornadoes in winter.
Well, they say that Tornado Alley has started to shift a whole lot over into Dixie Alley.
Oh yeah,
but even though it doesn't matter really where, all these tornadoes are like freaking massive and super dangerous. Like, you really don't have small tornadoes very often anymore. You only hear these big catastrophic ones,
Well, yes. Well, yes and no. In Dixie Alley, one of the biggest problems that they have is radar coverage. They don't have the National Weather Service radar to fully cover that area as well as they should. So that's going to be one of the big problems. So what they don't know is, the intensity of the rate, if there's a storm producing a tornado or not. A lot of that has to come from storm spotters and storm chasers that are actually out in the field and trying to relay that information back. But if they do have a tornado, a lot of times the cell phone coverage is going to be covered or cut. You're going to be losing your landline covered. A lot of things are going to be into play, so it's going to be hard to get information from Dixie Alley back to the National Weather Service. One thing that they need to do is invest more money into our radar systems and put more weather radars, especially down there, because a lot of people live in Dixie Alley. And it's one of the least covered areas, other than the Montana area, up where it's a lot of nothing.
So, what do you anticipate with the new Twisters movie coming out? Speaking of tornadoes and stuff, you plan on going to theaters and seeing it, or are you going to wait till it comes out and you could add it to your collection that way?
I'll probably just wait until it comes out. The last time I actually physically sat in a movie theater to watch a movie was 2020, and the price compared to watching the one time or buying the DVD or the digital copy is very, very few in between. I can go to the theater, spend $17 now to watch the movie once, or I can add another $8 and buy the movie and have it and watch it as many times as I want.
Yep. Well, I've already told Jess that's one that I want to go see in theaters. I was watching some videos earlier and they were talking about be prepared for good storms and stuff like that throughout the movie, but be prepared for bad acting, bad scripting.
Oh yeah. Well, my backstory. I was, there in Oklahoma when they were actually filming the original Twister. Actually on set on a couple of different places, doing the actual filming.
Yeah, you actually showed me like pictures of like the gas station and stuff.
Yeah, and one that I was trying to find for the longest time.
It was the drive-in. It was the drive-in. Was it the diner too?
So the drive-in and the diner were all sets that were actually physically built. So that was not a true drive-in theater, and that was in Guthrie, Oklahoma. So that was like literally right next to a junkyard that they actually built that. And the only thing that's actually still there today is just the silos that you just barely see in one of the frames of the movie. And it was just, how they actually kind of went in and did that to make it look like it was all right there and is like a full deal and everything else. And I mean, even the Kwanzaa hut that they had over there was all of Hollywood because they knew they were going to destroy it. So it's like, why go in and pay somebody to tear up their Kwanzaa hut, storage barn? There's just no reason for it. But yeah, that was fun times when they actually came back 30 plus years ago and filmed the original one.
Well, like that was one of my favorite natural disaster movies. That one and Volcano with Tommy Lee Jones and Dante's Peak. Like those are three of my favorites. You add in like Today After Tomorrow. That was another good one.
Mine would have to be like The Perfect Storm. I mean, I'm not a fisherman or anything like that, but The Perfect Storm was really, really good, and they more or less kind of kept that movie on par with the true life events that actually happened. So, stuff like that really kind of helps the movie really sell itself.
Well, I have that unpopular opinion, like always, because I wouldn't be me if I didn't have the unpopular opinion. A lot of people were like fans of Jaws, and that's like the best shark movie. And in my opinion, the best shark movie was Deep Blue Sea.
Well, I thought you were going to say Sharknado.
No, I don't think I've ever even seen Sharknado. I want to see that stupid movie. But no, it would have to be Deep Blue Sea. That was like one of my most favorite creature feature movies.
Yeah, see, I was never a big Jaws fan. It was like, that's just really not my genre.
Jaws bored me.
Now, you've heard the expression "jump the shark," right? And you know what "jump the shark" came from? It didn't come from Jaws, which a lot of people actually thought, like Jaws 3, but it came from Happy Days. So when Fonzie jumped the shark, that's when like TV shows and stuff started kind of weaning away and starting the demise of itself. With Jaws, they jumped the shark literally with Jaws 3 in 3D. That, to me, I did see that one, and I thought that was the worst movie I've ever seen as a kid, especially in 3D.
Well, I can't see 3D.
Yeah.
I've never been able to see 3D. That freaking sucks.
Well, with Jaws,
I'm over
you're
7
not
minutes.
much.
I'm over 7 minutes in, or however long it is. I can say fuck now.
Yep. They keep changing their filter content. So it used to be 1 minute, then it went to 3 minutes, then it went to 5 minutes, then it went now it's at 7 minutes. It's like, who gives a flying fuck?
Yep.
Let me say the word.
Oh, YouTube. We're jumping around on topics over here, guys. That's how I'm gonna run this show right here. It's gonna be. I'm gonna have single guests. That's what's gonna happen here. Yeah. Just single individual guests. Decoy just happened to be the first one that gets to be here.
Freaking victim number one.
Victim number one. So, I got to come up with like. You know how I am. I've got to come up with like my end question, one that's I'm always gonna ask. I can't use the one that I use. Like I use the same one in the squad cast, and I use the same one on Two Drunks in a Bottle. I can't use that one question. I've got to come up with something else.
Yeah. Oh, I know. It's like oh, well, this is Unfiltered, so I don't know what you would want to do for your end question. I mean, that would be probably down the lines of, um, hell, I don't know. There's a new TV series out. I don't know if you've seen it or not, called After Dark.
Nope, I ain't seen that.
Uh, so basically, they had like the clip I saw. They had Drew Carey on there, and they had Weird Al Yankovic, and basically they asked Drew Carey a question, and you know how laid back Drew Carey is, and he was talking about seeing a show. I can't remember who he said it was at the Spear, and I mean he was like really really going off and on how wonderful it was. He said it's like in having like an eye orgy and everything else and everything for the show, and it's like, wait, this is Drew Carey saying this shit? It's like, wow. It's like I'm trying to find out where that show is. I saw it on a clip. I think it was either on Twitter or excuse me, X minus the other two X's. If that's where Twitter's going, by the way.
Twitter is pretty much a porn site. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like flat out. Like, well, like you had said, like me and you were talking about before this started, was like you can't even hashtag certain things without
No.
getting porn populated to it.
Yeah, everybody that knows the Delta and me, we're both 5M role players, and I did a hashtag on one of my
You said it's called After Dark.
tweets. Yeah, it's called After Dark. It's like at After Dark or something like that. Just do like do a search for like After Dark Drew Carey. I think it would pop up that way.
Drew Carey or Jim Carey?
Drew.
Ah.
Yeah. Like the Price is Right guy?
It's called After Midnight.
Oh, After Midnight. Okay.
And it's on Paramount Plus.
Paramount Plus? Okay.
I'm still not sponsored by Paramount Plus.
Yet. Yeah, you need to. But I did a hashtag, though, going back to I did a hashtag for hashtag 5M. And I mean, it was nothing but pure porn. I did a hashtag for OCRP. Same thing. It's like, really? It's like, so, and you try, and the funny thing is, you report these to Twitter. Oh, it is not within our, boundaries. Everything's fine. It's like, there's no porn here. Move on. We'll just close a blind eye. It's like, really? So you're taking a good platform and turning it into the worst platform. Well, I don't know. I think Facebook is still one notch below Twitter. But I mean, what other platforms is there?
If you keep saying the word porn, it's going to show up on your Facebook feed next.
No shit.
Your device is listening to you.
Oh, believe me, yeah, they do listen. But yeah, I think social media has gone to more like potty media than anything else in the last 2 years alone.
I use Facebook a little bit. I'm more on Discord side. Like, you post a shit ton of memes, in SAFR.
Oh yeah.
Link down to SAFRs in the description below. If you're looking for a 5M community, feel free to join SAFR. Pretty good group of guys. Need more people to patrol with us, that's for sure.
Yes, definitely.
Been a little slow. But yeah, Discord's like, I wouldn't even really consider Discord social media,
No, Discord is never meant to be truly a social media site. Discord is basically where gamers get together and they share common interests and common games stuff. That's what Discord is truly about. I mean, it took me forever to even get onto Discord, and it was because that's just the person I was. It's like, I don't want to be stuck in the middle of these with 1,001 people I don't even know from different servers and everything else. But it took me, let's see, it took me probably a good 3 years after hearing about Discord to get on it. And the only reason why I truly got on was because of a good friend of mine. He's also a streamer. He does the Skyline content, and he had a Discord, and I started going on there. Got to know him pretty good and everything, and now I'm one of his mods for his YouTube channel and Discord and everything else. And then he got his wife to streaming, and so basically got to know those two pretty good. And that's how I really got my start into Discord. And then, of course, looking at getting 5M, joined a couple of other communities that kind of fizzled out. Then I found SAFR, joined there, and been there ever since. And now I've got here at the squad and also my own personal Discord also. So you can either join here at the squad and get access to mine, or you can join mine, get access to the squad, vice versa. We're pretty well equal across the board here. We're always doing something. If we're not patrolling, then we're normally playing some sort of other game.
So, I'm gonna transition over to another topic. So, 4th of July just passed. So have you seen the New York City drunk driver? Have you seen that headline?
No, I did not.
So this guy was a addiction trainee. Well, he ended up driving drunk and killed 3 or 4 people and injured 7. It looks like, man, he's got a very lengthy. So he killed 3 and he left 8 injured.
Wow, and that's New York City?
Yes, this was in New York City. Like I said, he ended up killing uh 3 and leaving 8 injured.
Wow.
And so they had some previous run-ins with him back in 2020, 2022, but those files are sealed.
Well, of course they are.
So he's a self-described ex-professional addict, and has never not shown his struggles with addiction.
Wait. A self-described what?
Described ex-professional addict.
What the hell is an ex-professional addict?
I mean, me and Hunter have said before, have said before, we're professional drinkers. We're not drunks.
I mean, I can kind of get that. I mean, I understand that. But, an addict, is normally pointing to, the CDS line of exotic stuff out there. I don't want to say the D word because I don't want any demonetization or anything like that. So I'll just say CDS. If you don't know what that is, Google it. Everybody knows that acronym.
So Josh Wise commented, "Who better to have as a first guest? SAFR is the reason I even joined Discord and started on GTA 5 RP." So you know,
Hey, Josh.
So you know Josh.
Hell yeah. Yeah, we need to get you in here one of these days, Josh, and then get some of your insights also on some of this.
So the guy had 2 drunken convictions in New Jersey, one in 2006 and one in 2011. He eventually had his 3rd drunk driving charge in Wisconsin and received a 130-day sentence. So let me scroll back to the top. So it says the suspected drunken driver in the deadly July 4th party horror on the Lower East Side has a long criminal record, including an unhinged attack on an addiction counselor trainee and operating while intoxicated near Wisconsin City, where a madman plowed an SUV through a Christmas parade. But he wasn't the guy that he was. Hold on, was he the same person? No, he wasn't the same. He wasn't the same person that plowed through the Christmas parade.
Okay, I was gonna say if he's the same person,
but he's had 3 DUIs. Like, you just need to completely just take the man off the streets, like altogether.
Yeah, I mean they got those intox deals. I mean, I understand majority of them are for alcohol and everything, but I mean they can still detect all the other CDSs on some of the other ones too.
Apparently, you haven't learned your lesson.
Yeah,
130 days in jail didn't make you learn your lesson.
No,
and the bad thing is you're an abuse counselor. Like, you're an addiction counselor. And you...
Well, one officer said they smelled alcohol in the driver. I mean, I know where up here they require if you have a drunk driving record or whatever, they put those breathalyzers on your car. It's a court order, and I'm all for that crap. I mean, blow the tube, go drive to work. That's what this old boy should have had on his, but being New York, who knows?
So, next little thing. So, most of the U.S. right now is in a heat wave. And California is having major wildfires again. And the last I read on it before was it's in an area that sustained lots of damage last year in a wildfire. It's getting really close to it. But it also says that 150 million people are under heat wave alerts nationwide.
Oh yeah. Yeah, they just actually, my phone just literally went crazy right before we started doing this, and they're telling us that let's see, the 4th of July we were under an excessive heat warning. Today we were under a excessive heat watch, and tomorrow we'll be under a heat advisory. And I mean, we've been topping out right around anywhere between 93 to 97 to 98 degrees. So yeah, it's been a little toasty.
So it was 117 in Las Vegas, 118 in Redding, California, 128 in Death Valley, and 100 degrees in Portland, Oregon. Now,
Oh yeah.
like Oregon's going to have like that dry heat because it doesn't have they don't have the humidity.
Um, they'll have a little bit of humidity because they're going to have the sea breeze up along the coast and everything, kind of like Seattle. I was shocked when I was actually up around the Seattle area because it was like December here, freezing our asses off, fly out to Seattle for a job, and we land and people are walking around in freaking t-shirts and shorts in December, and it's like, does it ever get cold here? And they go, yeah, about a week. Wow. Okay. I mean, their favorite grass is called moss. I was like, wow, okay. But yeah, so with all the wildfires that are going on out in California, I can best bet they're going to probably do what they did for the last 3 or 4 years, and they're going to probably start doing rolling blackouts. So, and people are saying, well, why do the rolling blackouts? Well, reduces strain on the infrastructure, especially when there's wildfires. It's something that they're always done, and they'll probably have to continue to keep doing so. It's just a fact of life, literally. I'm trying to look up the wildfires here to see what the wildfire map is.
So apparently, Mount Etna in Europe is erupting currently. Then there has been 4 shark attacks in South Padre Island, Texas. Shark, man, the ocean is not somewhere I want to be. He said it was 100 degrees in North Carolina today.
Yeah. 100 degrees. Yeah, I would believe it. Like I said, it's been toasty. Let's see.
Glaciers on Alaskan ice field melting at an incredibly worrying pace. It is heating up everywhere. Welcome to global warming. Oh man. Brothers rent a billboard and start a TikTok account to help their brother find love.
TikTok would not be the place to do it, that's for damn sure.
Oh, that's great.
Well, you know that the U.S. government and everybody hates TikTok with a vengeance, and so it's a love-hate relationship because, especially in China, TikTok is not the same as what we actually have here in the States. It is very heavily regulated over there. So it's only used for educational and important information. And not like it is over here where it's, the bottom of the barrel when it comes to, social media, or teaching kids how to do the Tide Pod challenge and shit like that. I mean, we've only got like 3 major platforms when it comes to crappy media. I mean, social media, and it's X, Facebook, and TikTok. So, take your pick of your poison, what you really want to do. But no,
So,
TikTok for love. No, that'd be like Match.com.
so before we move into our last topic that I know you're ready for, so here's some notable people who died in 2024. Martin Mull, who played Mary on the Mary Hartman and Fernwood show, Fernwood Tonight.
Hmm.
He played in Clue, The Player, Mr. Right, had multiple appearances on Roseanne, played on Arrested Development and The Ranch. He died on June 27th at the age of 80. The man did not look 80 years old.
Oh, so he just like literally just died. Wow.
I didn't even see any of that on my Facebook.
I didn't either. Because
Uh,
normally the celebrities, they go in threes. You'll have three major celebrities all pass all within a certain amount of time. Then it'll be quiet for a while. Then you have three more.
so Bill Cobbs died as well. He played the most, probably the most notable movie that people would know him from was Night at the Museum and Night at the Museum, Secret of the Tomb. And he's played in a couple of other shows. Maxwell Story, The Others, and Go On. He died on June 25th at the age of 90.
Yeah, I didn't know who that was. That's one. What role did he play in Night at the Museum?
He was one of the security guards. In the first one,
Oh,
he was one of the crooked security guards.
okay.
Uh,
I may have to go back and watch that.
he was the taller black gentleman. Uh, you'll know this one. This guy died on June 20th, and he was 88 years old. Donald Sutherland played on
Oh,
the
yeah.
movie MASH.
Yeah, played on MASH. He played on he played Oddball in Kelly's Heroes. Yeah, he was a very, very good actor.
So he
Yeah,
died on June 20th.
Yeah,
See,
I
I'm
was
just
kind
gonna
of shocked on that one.
scroll through a few of these. Uh,
Is the list that big?
yeah, they got 18 people. I'm only trying to hit the ones that I know. Toby Keith, of course, he passed away back in February.
Yep.
Seen lots of. Hang on a sec. Uh, his holiday just passed, so
Yep. Yeah. The 4th of July was one of his greatest ones.
that's pretty much the only ones that I really knew. Uh, there's probably more on here that you would know, like Glynis Johns. Uh, she played on Cheers, Murder She Wrote, Love Boat, and she died at her home of natural causes, and she was 100 years old.
Yeah. See, I think she's like a character actress. Probably not one that like Burton Munston was, back in the day in the 1960s. He was in almost everything, but he was like an unknown at the time. But now everybody knows who Burt Munston is.
She played Mrs. Banks in Mary Poppins.
Really? That I did not know.
All right, so we're gonna move on to your topic. So, uh, OCRP. They had what over 4,000 applicants or 6,000 applicants, something like that, 4 to 6.
Yeah, 6,000.
So they're working their way through. Many people have left OCRP. Some bigger name people that like you like to watch, of course. Old Man Beerface. I know you could probably name a couple more.
Yeah, well, when Old Man Beerface kind of stopped streaming and everything, that's kind of when I really kind of started, trimming back the playlist of them. I mean, I still have a couple that are actually in there, but I don't see them posting videos as regular as they used to. And I mean, that's kind of, it's got me kind of, in a way wondering what's going on with the community at that point. I mean,
well, we're friends with some people that are in OCRP and that have been in OCRP, and even those people aren't streaming OCRP as often. I'm assuming you put an application in.
Oh yeah, I put an application
over
and
a year ago, right?
Yeah, a year and 3 months ago.
I believe we all put one in at the same time. Decoy, you put one in. Hammy Games put one in. What's going on, South Coast Ace? So I know a few people put one in. Did you get approved?
Actually, no. And the funny thing about it is, I've had some friends that said, "Hey, you need to go check your OCRP status," and I said, "Okay." And so I kind of went in, and it was like, like a month ago, it had been pending, and it's like, oh, I'm not expecting much change. Nope, wrong. It was like denied, and it was like denied, like 3 or 4 days before, but no email notifications, no nothing, just like denied. Like, okay, gotta move on with life. It's like, really? It's like, why wouldn't you send out a notification to let me know I was denied or to go check the status? I had to find out from a third party source instead of, the Jeff and, the other, kitty that runs the show over there. But I mean, to be honest with you, from what I've seen from being released to their two biggest people that release, BAB and CR, it's like it's not even a role play. It's
man, I don't care.
Yeah. Well,
call that name out. I don't care. I'm assuming that's probably why I haven't been denied yet. I've already told you that. Hey, they've been brought up a couple of times. Old me and Hammy have talked about them a couple of times. Like, nothing against Bay Area Bugs at all. I think he would be a great person to get to RP with. But he has to always have somebody with him to make him look a little better.
Clown.
It went from PP Toucher to now Civ Ryan.
What's a Civ Ryan? You mean Clown Ryan? Clown Ryan. There we go. It's like, yeah, I mean, stacking 3 tugs and towing it with a Ford F-150 is not roleplay. Sorry. if you're gonna make videos like that, I understand. You're doing it not for the content, but you're doing it for the revenue. Literally, it's like, you know.
Josh said OCRP has 3 main players.
Yeah, Larry, Mo, and Curly.
Well, the thing is, those 3 main players don't really even play. I don't think they like. They don't really play in the main server. They're playing in the streaming server.
Yeah. Yeah,
Like I'm sure they go in main server, but they're not making many videos in the main server.
no.
And you know, I've heard stories of like DOJ and stuff like that, and uh, them selecting people that they want to be in their videos and stuff like that. And if you got the luck of the draw and you got to join, then that was good for you. You were in the loop a little bit. You had made a comment and you had upset somebody by saying that, you know, it was mass denials. But then they came back at you and said, well, we approved this many people. But you denied more people than you approved. And yes, I understand you can't approve 6,000 people.
Right.
Like
there's going to have to be a mass denial, because I mean, you're going to have to, you know, set expectations at some point, because not everybody's going to want to sit around when they turn 18 and, you know, now they're, you know, 31 and they're still not in OCRP. I mean, you got to understand. I mean, they only their server can only support 1,000 players. So if they just send out bills for 900, okay, so that means that, are they going to keep all 5,999 or how many it is still available as a pool? No. I mean, they're not going to want to sit there and keep, you know, all these people pending and wondering and, you know, complaining. They're going to have to do mass denials.
Well, the bad thing is we know people that are currently just got accepted,
mm-hmm.
and their PC can't even handle it.
Yeah. I mean, so they play on a freaking potato.
That's gonna take like that probably takes quite a bit of percentage of people away, is that they don't even have a PC that can handle the server.
Yeah, because a lot of people don't realize that, you know, their servers are very modded. Okay, I mean, they've got, you know, the Rockwood or Rockwheel or whatever it's called mod.
Roxwood.
Roxwood. They've got they have a completely separate server also just for the Liberty City mod. So if you want to go patrol, you know, that one, you go there, and
you don't even. I haven't seen a video on that. I think I saw 2 videos on it when they first opened it. I think Bugs only did like 2 videos.
Yeah,
inside that server.
Yeah, I don't know if they're actually still doing it or not. But you got to remember that also above out in the middle of the water somewhere, they've got their OCRP racetrack. So, I mean, that's going to be drawing frames. You know, I mean, Josh, I'm with you. It's like, you know, I do watch Bugs videos every once in a while, you know, but I don't mind when they do serious roleplay. It's when they do the stupid shit, you know, like stack tugs on top of each other and do stupid shit where, you know, it's not roleplay. That's, I mean, as soon as I find that out, I'm off the video, because I just want to watch roleplay videos. If I want to watch stupid stuff like that, I'll go back and watch their old DOJ crap. But
well, I think what's happening is they're starting to running out of ideas. So, I don't know. I think like one of the biggest things that like irritates me the most is that, like, you have one of them that's just gung ho on killing them. Like, let's just kill. I want to kill every cop that I see, and that's a comment in every single video. I just want to kill all the cops.
Yeah.
Can you imagine how many people just want to fucking rage quit because you just won't fucking stop killing people?
Yeah,
Like,
and that's, to me, that's not role play. Also, I get it. They do 90% of their stuff what they do to get the views so they can keep their monetizations running correctly, and that's not right. I mean, it's if to me, they should see themselves as ambassadors to their community. I mean, what I've been asked numerous times why I haven't been releasing SAFR content. And the reason why, I'm very, very, very transparent. The reason why is, one, we've been getting some new members put in. I don't know how they're going to act. And I don't want that to be transferred directly over while I'm on a live stream. I was going to live stream. The last time I was going to live stream, we had one brand new player that went completely rogue on us. And you remember that person. I've never seen a person get banned from a community as quick as that person did.
yours truly banned him.
Exactly. So that's why I have not been pushing a lot of content. Plus, right now it seems to be, summertime. There's not as many people. So, if we do have patrol and it's not a lot of people, there's not going to be enough good content to actually support a live stream. I cannot, I cannot and will not, in good faith, put out a live stream where I cannot put out good content. Plain and simple.
Well,
once everything starts picking up, I can start doing more live streams again.
it was literally said and Josh may know what I'm talking about. And Decoy, depending on how far into the videos here recently you've watched, is literally it's gotten to the point to where they're like Ryan over talking Bugs, and it got brought up that he was over talking him, and Bugs was like, I don't give a fuck. And then there's comments that are made inside of it that are just like, really? Like, I think that you know how I've always thought of myself, like, inside of any community, is I'm always a member before I'm a leader type of thing. Well, it's not even that dude's a fucking super admin. Just because he has like some of the highest powers, he just thinks he can do whatever the fuck he wants to. And I guess you can when you own the fucking thing, or you're a partial owner in the damn thing. Honestly, if I was accepted, I'd probably in the interview, I'd probably be like, no, I'm good. I think it's just gotten to the point to where, like, it's just overrated. Like 100%.
Yeah.
I just think it's overrated. I'm 100% still saying that, they're saving me for last. Like, me and Hammy and you talked about it. And Hammy, of all people, got denied. Dude's been around for a hot minute. Was in DOJ since the beginning. And actually knows those guys and still got denied.
Yeah.
And I've talked some shit in some videos. I just I feel like, oh yep, it's gonna be like the interview process, and they're gonna have my videos pulled up It'd be like, so this section right here, tell me how you really feel.
I would tell them that there's not enough time in the world.
Yeah, can I get you on a podcast?
Yeah, exactly. I mean, that's the deal right there. If you know,
Go through the interview
if
process
if
and just
if
hit
any of
record.
if Jeff, Ryan, or Bugs ever want to come into this podcast, and you know, I'll go square toe to toe with you. I ain't proud.
I'll
It's like,
come on the Squadcast.
yeah, exactly.
There's a whole group of us that would be happy to talk with you. I'm sure I can get old Hammy Games to join that one.
Oh yeah, and and another thing is, you can actually let us know which one of you three actually did the denials. Reading over everything, it's like,
so you had said that it was like a generic denial.
Yeah. Oh,
like,
hell yeah.
Which is probably what gave you the implication that it was mass. Is that it was just like a generic.
It's a form letter. Yeah.
Sorry, we can't have everyone enjoy your role playing adventures elsewhere. It was pretty much the gist of it.
I can tell you exactly word for word. Let me find it. Denied, all capital letters. Thank you for applying to OCRP. Unfortunately, we regret to inform you that you will not be proceeding with your application at this time. Unfortunately, we received thousands of applications and we simply cannot take every single person that applies. We sincerely wish you the best in your luck in all your RP adventures. Thank you for your support, patience, and understanding. And it was sent by and it was sent by the OCRP recruitment admin. Whoever the hell that is. Why not give me an actual name of a person who actually did the denial? Are you hiding behind a fake name?
Because it's a group of them. So any of the group can do a denial. Because it's not the actual application team doing the denial, right? Or the recruiter. It's not the recruiter that's doing the denial.
No, it's the recruitment admin. And just within the last...
So they say at this time. So can your application be re-reviewed? Like, we changed our mind. Sorry, we denied you. Like, where does that come into play, Yeah,
I don't know. But I'll tell you right now, the recruitment admin has over 2,133 content counts, and his last visit was 5 hours ago. They've been busy little beavers.
What are you saying no about, Josh? So they've possibly have gone over 2,000 applications.
Yeah, 2,133. Now, I don't know if, the OCRP recruitment admin is, I don't know if they are only doing the denials or not. I know one thing, I never got an email. So, who knows what's going on with the recruitment process, which is, apparently needs to definitely work. And believe me, Josh, there will not be any reapplying going on. not for some time. I mean, it took 3 years for them to open the applications up on the last go around, and they got so much that they're over there just shitting bricks trying to figure out what the hell they're going to do within the first hour. I mean, no, I hardly think that they will probably reopen the application probably for another 3 years or so. But I mean, yeah, it's a pipe dream just trying to get in there anyway. They make it look like everybody wants to be in there, and it's like, nope, sorry. And it is what it is. I mean, I'm just kind of what just rubs my fur the wrong way is the way that they've actually handled it all. It's like they should have been more outgoing and telling people that the process is this, the process is that. I mean, hell, you have an X account or a Twitter account and you never use it, and it actually says that all the comments and everything come from Clown Ryan and Jeff. So, you're not using your tools correctly. I mean, at least if you apply with SAFR, we have communication with the recruiting process and everything. We'll tell you if you've been denied, and we'll tell you if you've been accepted, and then we'll walk you through the process. But it's up to you to do the process once you get accepted. You can't just sit there and wait and wait and wait.
Well,
you have to be proactive on your end also.
We actually also base ours off of your potential role play experience. Like, right. We're asking you role play based questions. The application for OCRP was almost like filling out a job application. What right. qualifies you, or why do you want to be in OCRP? How'd you find out about it? Have you ever been in another community or OCRP? What qualities do you feel you would contribute? Not one question in there is about RP.
Nope.
Not a single
and not
question.
One. And you can get single.
You can get a lot off of somebody by just asking the question of create a scenario. If you were RPing as a civ, or if you were RPing as a cop, give me a scenario. Describe a scene.
Well, that's part of the problem. I guess they wanted to do that through the interview process, but you could weed 90% of all these people out by doing the, describe a scene, describe this, they say to put 2 different, social media accounts so they can verify your age. How the fuck are you going to verify my age through looking at my Twitter? Anybody from the age of 13 on can create a fucking Twitter account. Facebook account, the same thing. I mean, there's no way to verify anybody's age by using social media. What are you going to do? Think you're going to find a picture of me? Wrong. Try again. If you do find a picture of me, it's going to probably be an old ass picture. So you can't use social media as an age verification. The only true way you can do that is by asking for a driver's license. And guess what? That shit ain't going to happen either. The only other way you can do it is like what BB's doing right now. Smile for the pretty camera.
I don't know. At some point, you become so large that you have a disconnect, and you stop being a personable person. You stop being a genuine person, uh, and you're just looking for a number. Man, you made a bunch of fucking money. You've got
Oh yeah.
millions of subscribers. But how down to earth are you? You know, can you be a member before you're? Can you just be a member and not a streamer?
Oh yeah. I guess they have a lot of people. You know, a lot of people are just members and they don't stream. Uh, but I mean that's fine.
So what about the one strike policy? Like, they could just be like, your RP shit. But do you think you get a justification of your one strike?
I've heard that it's no. It's like if
So,
they
so
don't
just
agree with what you're role playing, then you're fucking out.
so one day you could be there and the next day you're not, and you have no rhyme or reason to why you got kicked. It's just you're gone.
Yeah. Yep, you're just gone. You're just you're just fucking toast. It's like well, I guess you'll find out when you try to go in and you no longer see the OCRP Discord server. Boom. Well, that's a good indication. It's like I imagine you probably won't get a email, or you won't get this or that. If you try to log in, you'll probably get error connecting to server.
That would be fucked.
Oh yeah.
So I've been pondering this, and I haven't exactly come up with it. Uh, hang on.
The Bonders, man, really. Oh yeah, I'm sorry. That song is probably way too old for you young pups.
All right, I think I got one. So if you could give anyone some advice, what would be the advice that you give them?
Oh, that's a toughie.
This is going to be my new ender. So be prepared if you come back on.
One would probably be make sure that you actually pay more attention to what's going on around you in a way that we're getting to the point where everybody's in a hurry to go from point A to point B. They're looking at a 45-degree angle down at their phones. Just kind of stop and figure out what's going on around you.
Oh, Hammy said the best advice would be to never trust a fart. That goes
At
for
my age, yes.
that goes for all the viewers. What is the best advice that you've been given, and that you what's the best advice that you could give? And Decoy
My
said,
best advice would be to stop
Decoy said to
and
just
look around you.
stop and take in the world, pretty much.
Exactly. You know, get off social media for a while. It, you know, just get out and talk to regular people. How many people actually know their neighbors anymore? I mean, do you know your neighbors?
Yeah,
I mean, I know my neighbors because I make it a habit to, to
my
go and
wife's
talk to my neighbors.
my wife's grandparents have only lived over in this neighborhood for 50 plus years.
Okay, well, that's a little different. Okay.
So we kind of got introduced to everybody when we bought our house.
Yeah, so I mean, yeah, I would just say, like they used to say, tune in, tune out, drop out, and all that in the '60s and everything. Well, no, just turn off the internet for a while. Go out and see the world. I mean, not everything has to be tied to a digital phone or a computer. I mean, ride a bike, or and this is for Hammy. Get on your canoe or your kayak. Go have fun. There's more to life than just sitting here on a computer and just doing nothing. I hate to say that to our audience, but I mean it's true. Me, I mean on the weekends, I'm driving around. I'm out looking at, I'm down by the river or I'm down in a different community or something. And it's just because I get tired of just sitting at the house. I mean, yeah, I got my phone, but it's not always within arm's reach because, I just, one of those type of people, I can turn my phone off all weekend and I'll be happy.
So probably the best advice that I would say is don't chase a dollar. That's something that I'm like still trying to learn. Is I'm always working and trying to chase a dollar, and there's more to life than money. Uh, Especially when you can spend time with your family, and like you only got one family, Uh, Try to spend the most time with them as possible. Uh, Anyways, Decoy, thanks for being the first guest on the Delta BB Unfiltered.
Thanks for having me as your first victim.
I'll have another victim eventually. I got to choose them wisely. Uh,
Oh, boy, baby. Yeah, you have a pretty big gene pool to choose from.
Anyways, till next time, I'm the Delta BB.
DecoyNDA.
We'll catch y'all on the next one.
Later.